All right. I'll have a little checklist of items that you might inspect for, or what you recommend to people.
Sure.
Like mold, what do you recommend?
Nothing.
So you don't do mold?
No, it's not that I don't do mold. It's not something that you really want to waste your money or time on. And the state of New Hampshire agrees with this at the seminars they have. It's important to understand mold is everywhere. There are mold spores probably on me right now, just like they do the pollen count, or they do a mold spore count. So mold spores are going to be everywhere. And again, it's this thing, if you have a problem in your house with mold growing on things, you don't have a mold problem, you have a moisture problem.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out why the moisture is getting in that's allowing the mold to start growing. And once you fix all that and clean everything up, then you've addressed the issue because of the moisture. So you never ever really have a mold problem. So you can't really test it, because you can test the mold, but then you have to test outside too, because you have to see those are the mold spores outside that are also inside. And you can decontaminate a house, but as soon as you open that front door, mold spores are just going to come flying right in again. So it's not practical to get that heavy into mold. If you have allergies like pollen, you can have allergies to mold, but that's an individual person, kind of a thing to deal with.
And then what about lead?
Lead, again, you could spend a lot of money testing lead. If the house was built before 78, it's likely there. You'll spend a lot of money on a guy who's just going to come in, he's going to test this spot, this spot, this spot, tell you that there's lead or not, and he's going to walk away after you pay him. But then what do you do about every other square inch of the house that he didn't check? You have to assume there's lead everywhere else he didn't look. So you might as well just assume there's lead everywhere right from the get-go, and just be careful. If you're sanding, cutting, scraping something, just assume that there's lead paint in it and take all those precautions.
Now you do test for radon in the water and air.
Radon, air, and water, and I am certified as a radon measurement technician. That's important because the test can be done wrong, and unfortunately I see them done wrong on quite a few occasions. But with the radon air, I drop off the canisters, I pick them up, I make sure that the house meets EPA requirements, that all the windows in the house have to be closed. And even to this day, I'm still running into realtors who try to argue with me that if I'm testing in the basement, the windows upstairs can be open, but unfortunately that's not true. I mean, EPA says you gotta close the house up. So we get into these arguments sometimes, but that's the advantage of being certified, is that you're getting a test that's done absolutely right, without question. So.
And you automatically test for pest infestation.
Yeah, I'm already going through the house, getting into the attic, getting into the basement, really getting throughout the house. So I'm looking for anything that's affecting it. So if it's the person, a person, moisture, carpenter ant, termite, whatever it is, I'm just going to report on it. So I don't charge extra for looking for bugs, because I'm already going through the house looking for everything.
And you can provide the VA form.
Yeah, the FHA form, it's an NPMA-33. That used to be a little confusing, because I actually called FHA and talked to them about that. This was years ago. And they wanted it from an exterminator, but they said, but we don't enforce that. And then I talked to mortgage companies, and they said, well, we don't care. We're fine getting the form from an inspector. So I would tell clients, well, make sure your mortgage company will accept the form from an inspector. And after 8 years of that, everybody would say yes. So then I just even stopped asking. It was just fine. This is the form. I know it's right, and it's always been accepted.
So as I understand it, there's a fee for a basic inspection for the house.
Yes.
And that includes the insects, and then anything beyond that, like water, septic.
Yep, just like going to your doctor for a checkup, that you have to have blood tests, X-rays. Urine tests, whatever tests, other tests, there's all these other lab fees that you have to do besides your initial checkup. And an inspection is very much like that. An inspection is like going to your doctor for a checkup. You just want to know what condition things are in and that everything's okay.
Is there anything important that I didn't cover that you'd like to mention?
Yes, I'm the best inspector in the world.
That's good.
No, well, it is. You do have to be kind of careful. For me, this is my career. It's a full-time job. It's the only thing I do. I don't have a magnet on the side of my truck that comes off on weekends or anything like that. This is what I do. There are a lot of great inspectors out there. There's inspectors that if I can't do the inspection, I have a handful that I refer people to, because I think they're also great inspectors that I would use on my house if I couldn't inspect it myself.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are guys out there. You just got to be careful about guys who, they're so afraid of getting sued that their report is word heavy on covering themselves for everything. You know, or they find one thing wrong with an electrical component and they write off, they say, you need an electrician to go through this house. Right. And that's not fair, because then you're not really giving your client information. You're basically saying, well, this is wrong and I'm not accepting any more responsibility for this house to check anything else. You have to get an electrician. And then you're not really being an inspector. You're not really doing your job, because you're passing too many things off to other people and you're not actually going through the house and checking everything. So that's the kind of thing is to be careful about, is that it's somebody who will actually go through the house. And for me, if it can be turned on, turned off, open, closed, I go through and operate everything. So when you guys move in, if the door sticks or something's loose, you already knew it because I already tried it.
Excellent. Well, I'm Don Goodrow with Prudential Verani Realty. My number is 603-370-0798, and you can go to my website, don.goudreau@verani.com. And Peter, why don't you tell the folks how to reach you?
Well, certainly the cell phone always works, 882-1400. Texting always works, because I just love texting. And then my website is just the business name, drugasinspections.com. Lots of information at the website, and there's also an order form that you can actually book an inspection, or at least find out what tests that you need to have done. So there's a lot of resource information there too.
Well, thanks for coming, Peter.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you, sir.